Hello everybody. So for our topic group time today, we are going to look a little bit at hibernation. Now, back in the autumn term before Christmas, we talked a little bit about hibernation then. So just have a little think and tell your grown-up if you remember anything about hibernation. So just pause this video now and try and remember back to the autumn term. Okay then, so let's begin. So what is hibernation? Hibernation is the way that some animals survive the winter. They find a safe place and they fall into a very deep sleep. And when it starts to get warmer again in the springtime, they wake up. So the animals that hibernate go to sleep for the whole of winter. Whilst animals are hibernating, their body temperature drops, so they get a bit colder and their breathing slows down. So if you've got an animal in your house, does your animal go to sleep for the whole of winter? No, it doesn't. Well done. And here's a fun fact. Did you know that while bears tend to slow down during the winter, they are not true hibernators? Black bears, grizzly bears and brown bears do go into a deep sleep during the winter months, known as torpor. Now, why do some animals hibernate? Why do you think some animals might go to sleep for the whole of winter? Pause the video and have a little talk with your grown-up. You came up with some fantastic ideas there, well done. So animals hibernate for the winter because the weather is too cold and it becomes quite hard for them to find their food. Before animals go into hibernation, many animals get ready by eating lots of extra food and they store it in their bodies so that they don't get hungry, and that keeps them alive during the winter time. And animals usually find a small, quiet, safe, warm place to hibernate. So if you have set up something warm and safe in your garden, you might find that you get some animals sleeping there for the winter. Some animals like to go underground and make their hibernation sites comfortable by making little nests with grass and leaves. So, what's this animal here? Have a talk with your grown-up about what this animal is and what its body looks like. That's right, this is a hedgehog, and we know this is a hedgehog because it's got lots of prickles on its back here. So hedgehogs are an animal that hibernates. And they usually hibernate from November or December all the way up to March and April. Hedgehogs sometimes hibernate under hedges or in old rabbit burrows. And they make their hibernation site comfortable by using old leaves and grass. Okay, let's see what the next animal is. What is this animal? Have a talk with your grown-up. That's right, it is a bat. Well done. Let's see what we can find out about bats. So bats usually hibernate from November or December all the way up to March or April, just like a hedgehog. And bats hibernate in buildings that are not used anymore, so an empty building, or they might hibernate in old trees or caves. Why do you think they might hibernate in a cave? Have a talk with your grown-up. That's right, they choose to hibernate in a cave because in a cave it's very dark, isn't it? And bats can hibernate on their own or in small groups. What animal is this? This is a dormouse. So dormice usually hibernate between October and April, but they can hibernate for most of the year if they want to. They hibernate on the ground, they roll themselves into a ball, in a nest of leaves and grass. So we found out lots of information there about hibernation, and if you download the PDF document, there are some websites with some more things that you can find out all about hibernation. But for now, we have got a story called Don't Hog the Hedge. Goodness me, snorted Hattie the Hedgehog. It's September already. I haven't got time to play. I must finish my hibernation checklist. As the leaves grew crispier and the air grew colder, Hattie worked hard to prepare her winter home. She snuggled tightly into her cosy and comfortable hedge just in time for the big sleep. Just as she was drifting off, little footsteps caused her to open her eyes. Who could that be? She grumbled as she stuck her furry and slightly damp nose out of the hedge. 3 dormice, Dylan, Dexter and Doris, popped up out of a patch of fallen leaves. We were just admiring the beautiful home you have made, Dylan squeaked. Could we stay here for the big sleep too? Your nest looks so wonderfully warm and you have prepared it so well. So please don't hog the hedge. Well, my hedge is only really set up for one, Hattie grunted. But as you're all only little, I can probably find some space for you, just this once. Just as soon as they settled in, Hattie heard a new, very strange sound heading their way. Thud, shuffle, shuffle, thud. Toby the Toad came to a stop in front of the hedge. Hello, can I hunker down in that marvellous hedge of yours? He croaked loudly. Your nest looks so comfy and you have prepared it so well, so please don't hog the hedge. You really should have sorted out a place sooner, Hattie scolded. But I suppose you can stay if you promise not to leap around too much. Hattie budged up closer to the dormice to give Toby some more room. The hedge was very short of space, but it was much cosier than before. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Doris said. You're my hero, Toby declared. As the animals thanked her, Hattie's prickly mood began to change. I've never been called a hero before, she said proudly. She happily snuggled down tight into her leafy bed with her new companions, but just as her tired little eyes gently closed, bzzz, a bumblebee appeared. Sorry to disturb you all, she called, but I can see that the home you have made is quite simply fit for a queen, and well, here I am, Queen Beatrice. Your nest looks so safe, and you have prepared it so well, so please don't hog the... Yes, you don't need to ask, Your Majesty, Hetty chuckled. Just come in and make yourself at home. What a squashed-up bunch they were! Hattie's spikes tickled Toby's toes, and everyone was trying to avoid Queen Beatrice's sting. Eventually, they all settled down. But then, sob, sniffle, slob, wah! Billy, a young and very upset bat, floated gently down beside the hedge. I'm lost! I can't find my family, he sobbed. Can I hang out in your company for a little while? Patty looked around at her cramped little shelter. I don't think there's any hedge left to hog, she said. We simply cannot all fit in. But then she did something totally unexpected. You can have my space, Hattie offered. She stepped out of the hedge to make room for the lost little bat. But then her friends did something even more unexpected. They all stepped out of the hedge as well. This hedge is not a home without you, Hattie, squeaked Dexter. Let's find a place where we can all fit. Hattie felt warm and fuzzy inside, even though it was freezing outside. So they set off and soon found a new perfect spot for their big and well-deserved sleep. And And they found Billy's family in there too. All of them. That was a lovely story about hibernation. I hope you've learnt lots of new things about hibernation, and don't forget to have a look at some of the things I've put on for you to find out some more. See you soon.